9,630 pounds, an interesting double slide Sprinter fifth wheel coming in here at Haylett RV Brokers of Coldwater, Michigan. Basically, previous owners are just done, and you're gonna get yourself, and this is about the shortest rear living room full bed slide fifth wheel I think you can really get your hands on anymore. And with it being wide body, gives you a little bit of extra living space pretty much the whole way through. And it's got kind of a warm, welcoming, sort of log cabin-y kind of feel. Like if I really get up here on a lot of the woodwork and whatnot, it's got that, I don't know the word, I don't know if distressed or what, or like reclaimed barnwood or something. Look and feel is what they're going for, but it's got a different kind of look. I like it. It's different. All the windows here are going to open for airflow, including those big windows on either side of those rocking chairs. Although, man, these windows plague my camera. Jeez, oh Pete. So I got to stay down like this. But the big windows on either side of the rocking chairs, not recliners, will open for awesome airflow, plus the windows on the slide sides over here. Now, the TV can also pivot around. So, like, if we take a look, you know, right now it's more facing the hide-a-bed sleeper sofa that we have over here. Although you do have a nice little conversation corner going on back here with all the chairs kind of stacked in the corner with one another. TV, if you wanted it to, though, pivot around toward those rear rocking chairs, you easily could. Electric space heating fireplace down below, taking the nip out of there without burning up our propane, which is always welcome. All LED lights inside this one. That's something Sprinter has not always done, so I want to make sure I point that out. Sprinter's it's an odd duck among the Keystone lineup. It's something that I've looked at several times and tried to really wrap my head around, and they're different. They take risks, and I respect that. Some things work, some things don't. But if you're not familiar, Sprinter is kind of like if Springdale fifth wheels got like a promotion. That's I think one of the best ways I can describe them here. They're, like I said, wide body, they're a little bit bigger, and your trim package is going to kind of step up, but it's not quite a Cougar. It's somewhere between a Springdale and a Cougar in terms of total equipment. Although, overall, I like what I see. Now, you've got that sound bar in the slot above the fireplace, and you might notice there's a little Blu-ray player hiding above that swing-around TV as well. 8 cubic foot, two-way gas-electric fridge freezer over here, and there's a lot of kitchen storage space going on right here. I like those double easy reach outlets. Keystone's awesome about doing that. Good prep space on this one too. So if we start down here and we crack all that stuff open and take a look, you can see a lot of lower drawer space. And I love that little sliding vertical pantry next to the oven, not to mention all the pocket screwed cabinet space that we have up top here. But if we sweep back down below the sink one more time and get that, you know, vertical pantry out of the way, you see that down there is a nice large wastebasket space, which is something a lot of RVs lack, and I really appreciate that. Now, at a glance, it's just the wood paneling they're using. This looks almost like these are bristles, but those are accent wood inserts, by the way. Stepping upstairs here, ooh, I like that handrail. I don't know, aesthetically, I just like the look of that. The bathroom on this, the upper deck of this whole thing is different. It almost reads like a toy hauler. The upper deck of this is very similar, in fact, to something like a Fusion 369 fifth wheel toy hauler by Keystone that we have down at Haylett's. Laid out very similar. You see that big vent fan up top here. What's kind of cool is, if you notice, it's got a handy little wall controller over here, which is very, very handy. You saw the good linen space in that shower right there. Virtual floor to ceiling. Plenty of room for your towels and whatnot. Seamless one-piece molded shower fixture right there with a triple sliding glass panel door. No little seams for water to try to sneak through. And you got to kind of sneak in and then close the door. And then you can see our, well, I guess the fancy way to say this is lavatory, but sink. That's what we call it as Americans. We call it a sink, not a lav. Moving into our private bedroom. It is a bed slide, and again, this is about as small as you can get a fifth wheel with a bed slide, although I think the model number is a little aggressively misleading on this. It almost reminds me, Laredo tried to play that trick years past when we had a Keystone Laredo fifth wheel here. It was called a 250RL. It was 35 feet long, and they called it a 250. This is called like a 269. I bet I haven't looked at the specs yet. I bet it's getting pretty close. That is a 60 by 80 True Queen. I like the breeze windows in there. This is not washer dryer capable. That is a shallow closet. So it has plenty of clothing storage. It's just not a washer dryer closet. But frankly, that's going to fit 98% of people. So I don't think that's a big deal. She's 50 amp and second air ready. If you want to sacrifice that vent, you can. Or you could just tie like a bigger max air type vent fan or something in there. That's stuff we can do for you. And you can see the previous owners added a little TV up here to the bedroom above that XL dresser. Holy cow, that is a lot of dresser. Oh, one quick note for traveling. When the slide's closed, you're going to lose the upper deck, and you do need to twist that one chair over there to make the slide come in. Other than that, though, pretty simple and easy. And I really like all the storage space here in this pass-through compartment. In case you're wondering, that's a picnic table sitting up top there. Kind of reminds me of what Freedom Express does, the way they include those extra tables. The white box right there, that's actually, I think it's new awning and slide motors. Previous owners just had this thing examined and make sure she was mechanically sound as a pound before they brought it to us to sell on their behalf. Now remember, here on consignment, we can still do hitching, pieces, parts, trades, finance, RV, delivery, and everything in between. So to you, it's just another used RV. Now, those black bars, let's talk about those. Those look like under the slide out support stands. And I don't really recommend those. Yeah, the camera does not like that sunlight coming in its face. There we go. So, especially on that main lower level, it's a rack and pinion slide. If you lift that up from the bottom at all, you could potentially be messing with the seals and knocking it out of alignment. So use those at your own risk and discretion. I really highly recommend against them. Wow, camera's really having trouble. Let me get around here where I can figure out what's light and what's dark. There we go. 100-inch wide body, which is an uncommon thing Keystone doesn't do a lot of. That's one of the ways that Sprinter kind of found its identity. It struggled for years, and then they went wide body and go, okay, this is who we are. This is what we need to be. Big storage compartment up front, and you notice they added some of those strong arm stabilizer jack leg jobs right here. Those things are awesome. They keep this thing just rock steady when you get to your site. Underbelly is enclosed and insulated and heated, so you should have a pretty good seasonality about this one. You may have noticed when the camera wasn't losing focus, like the camera had ADHD or something, squirrel, the slide awnings on both slides, helping reduce care, maintenance, and upkeep, which is nice. These folks look like they actually took really good care of this thing. They're just done camping. Power front leveling jacks, power rear stabilizers, by the way. If I get right up here, you also see that they had bolted through the bumper, not just onto, but through the bumper, small little receiver hitch job. That would be acceptable for things like a bike rack. That alone, not recommended for like towing behind the fifth wheel. The awning, naturally, is power. It's also easy tilt, has LED lighting on it, and the outside speakers are built right in the awning head. So it's 2 less holes that you have drilled through the sidewall of your camper, and when the awning's open, they point down to you instead of blowing away the neighbors. And the roof looks good. I can actually see some preventative touch-up, care, maintenance, upkeep. I got a suspicion this RV was parked either under a cover or like a lean-to or a shed or something, because there's a suspicious lack of weathering on this roof, which is like an awesome thing. That's one of the best things I could say about this RV. But given its age and given the Midwestern weather, which you know, from which it could have been exposed, I expected to see a little bit more. But I mean, this is clean. This has been well kept. This is sharp, guys. So give us a call. Haylett RV Brokers, we do it all. Hitching, pieces, parts, trades, finance, RV delivery, and everything in between. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy Haylett camping, everyone.